19. You can know To the town of our free rode a stranger one fine day. Hardly spoke to folks around him, didn't have too much to say. Well, no one dared to ask his business, no one dared to make a slip. For the stranger there among them had a big iron on his hip. A big iron on his hip. Well, it was early in the morning when he rode into the town. Came riding from the south side, slowly looking all around. He's an outlaw, listen, running came the whisper from each lip. Then he's here to do some business with a big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. He's a strange.
Alright, what's up party people? It's Zen and Carrie, #Zeri. We're reacting to Geoff's cover of Marty Robbins' Big Iron. I think a lot of people know this song because of Fallout New Vegas.
Right, so I don't know this song because I don't play Fallout.
Yeah, this is one of the more iconic songs, I feel, from New Vegas. I think they're all kind of iconic because they play on the radio in the game. This is one of the ones that really stuck in my head. It has a really catchy hook. It just, big iron on his hip. Geoff actually did a cover of this before as a short.
It's like, I don't know whether it's like, maybe it's just like the genre of the song where it sounds very similar to something he's done before. If he's actually done it and I've seen it, that's why it sounds familiar.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah.
He has done a lot of these, like, I mean, this type of song,
Yeah.
you know, like cowboy,
Country,
country.
typical like the old country kind of music, right?
Yeah. Honestly, I would love to have Geoff cover any song from the
Classic
Fallout
country.
games. Yeah, it's also kind of timely because the Fallout series came out about like 2 months ago, but I cannot remember if Big Iron was one of the songs in that series. But maybe in the next season, because if you did watch the show, the next season they are actually going into New Vegas. So fingers crossed, we'll see Big Iron on the big screen. Shout out in the comments. If you're a fan of the Fallout games or the TV series, put a mind blown or an explosion emoji below. That's our secret code word. Mind blown or explosion emoji. I just want to see explosions. Let's get back to this reaction right before Geoff did his deep bass note.
He came riding from the south side, slowly looking all around. He's an outlaw, listen, running came the whisper from each lip. Then he's here to do some business with a big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. He's a stranger that rode into town one day. Here to do some business, then be on his way. In this town there lived an...
Okay, before we continue, I believe that is additional lyrics from Geoff. That those two lines there. If I remember correctly, the original song is quite repetitive in the structure, and I'm pretty sure those two were additional lyrics. And it also does sound a little bit different from the rest of the song because it's so much more happy sounding, which I really don't recall the original sounding like that.
He's a stranger that rode into town one day. Here to do some business, then be on his way. In this town there lived an outlaw by the name of Texas Red. Many men had tried to take him, and that many men were dead. He was vicious and a killer, though a youth of 24, and the notches on his pistol numbered 1 in 19 more. 1 in 19 more. Now the string.
Okay, I know. Makes me so want to like pause through every verse. Every verse is going to change things up like this. I'm going to be pausing so much, so really apologize. Carrie doesn't like it when I pause too much.
I just want to listen to the song.
The arrangement, the instrumentation of this section is so interesting. As somebody who has heard the original like so many times in Fallout New Vegas, this part sounds so different.
Very different for you. For me, it's like, oh, it's
Yeah,
just another song.
it's so interesting because the original really sounds like a classic cowboy tune. And speaking of classic cowboy tunes, very conscious choice for Geoff not to revert to the costumes. Right? Because he's done it so much.
It's
Unshaken and all that, which is quite recent as well.
kind of. It's
Yeah.
modern country.
It's instead of looking like a cowboy.
You mean
he's
like a stereotypical
cowboy. Now he just looks like a stereotypical country singer with a denim jacket.
The denim shirt and the long hair.
In this town there lived an outlaw by the name of Texas Red. Many men have tried to take him, and that many men were dead. He was vicious and a killer, though a youth of 24, and the notches on his pistol numbered 1 in 19 more. 1 in 19 more. Now the stranger started talking, made it plain to folks around. Was an Arizona Ranger, wouldn't be too long in town. He came here to take an outlaw back alive, or maybe dead. And he said it didn't matter, he was after Texas Red. After Texas Red. Like the dust that's blowing through this border town. He will chase the storm and take old Texas down. Wasn't long before the story was relayed to Texas Red, but the outlaw didn't worry, men that tried before were dead. 20 men had tried to take him, 20 men had made a slip. 21 would be the ranger with the big iron on his head. Now the morning passed so quickly.
Oh my gosh! So much happening, and we're only halfway through the song. What?
It was like such a sudden boom.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the sudden
warning.
switch and then that
Warning.
reverb
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
end. Oh, and it sounds so good in our headphones. This this part about the relay that 21 would be the ranger, etc., etc. I don't think this were the original lyrics as well. It sounds new to me, but I could be wrong, because usually when I'm listening to the songs, I'm probably like, shooting some super mutants or
Not paying attention to
not
the
really,
lyrics.
not paying too much attention to the lyrics, other than big iron on his hip.
And it made a slip. 21 would be the ranger with the big iron on his head. Now the morning passed so quickly, it was time for them to leave. It was 20 past 11 when they walked out in the street. Folks were watching from the windows, everybody had their breath. They knew this handsome ranger was about to meet his death. About to meet his death. There was 40 feet between them when they stopped to make their play. And the swiftness of the ranger is still talked about today. Texas Red had not cleared leather for a bullet fairly ripped, and the ranger's aim was deadly with a big iron on his head. Big iron on his head. Big iron. He's a stranger that rode into town one day. Big iron. Here to do some business, then be on his way. Big iron. He will keep on rolling till his life is gone. It was
Again with the reverbs. My gosh, those harmonies!
it's so good.
Much goosebumps. I want to hear that section again. It's so good.
He's a stranger that rode into town one day. Big eye. Here to do some business, then be on his way. Big eye. He will keep on rolling till his life is gone. It was over in a moment, and the folks had gathered round. There before them lay the body of the outlaw on the ground. Well, he might have gone on living, but he made one fatal slip when he tried to match the ranger with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip.
Oh, nice.
It's like, I was expecting him to do it, but still it's still like,
because Geoff fakes out all the time. Honestly, like almost every single low bass cover by Geoff could end on a deep bass note. But he doesn't do it every time. In fact, he does it quite rarely. This is him finally doing what he has put on this world to do. Putting deep bass notes at the end of his songs.
no, but still, it's like, you expect it, but still, it still shocks you every
Yes!
Well, he might have gone on living, but he made one fatal slip when he tried to match the ranger with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip.
So good. Big iron on his.
Hey everyone, Geoff here.
Alright, party people, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this reaction, give it a thumbs up and we will see you in the next one.
Bye!